Welcome back to KP's Kingdom, cooking with KP, and today I'm going to show you how to make these beautiful fresh pork, apple, sage and feta sausages. Alright, at least we know what is going to go into these beautiful little morsels. Right, we're going to start off with a pork shoulder, and I've just bought this from my local supermarket. We're going to remove the skin, just get a filleting knife and take your time and just slowly peel back that skin, cut away that skin, leaving as much fat as we possibly can on the meat, because that fat is going to be the flavour. And just try and save that skin as well, because we can just give that a good rub of salt and put that in the oven and make a beautiful little pork crackling. Okay, so all we're simply going to do now is cut this meat up into nice little chunks. Make sure you've got an oven tray or a baking tray with some baking paper on there. We're going to cut those up into nice little chunks, just like I'm doing there. Now we're going to put this meat straight onto that tray, and when we're finished, what we're going to do is we're going to put that into the freezer for around about 2 hours to firm up, and it's going to make things a little bit easier to grind. Okay, so once again, just cut these up into nice little chunks, just like I'm doing, as you can see right there, and we'll continue on with the rest of the shoulder. Now the shoulder is a fairly inexpensive cut. Most people prefer to roast a leg, and that's why a leg of pork is a little bit more expensive. There we go, we've got all our pork laid out on that tray. I've got enough to make a couple of different types of sausages, rissoles or whatever, so it's going to go into the freezer. Alright, 2 hours later, we've got our mincer going. Now you can either use a nice fancy mincer, a nice expensive one like I've got right here. I buy these types of products for my viewers. It makes things a little bit easier for me, especially with my condition. But you can also buy one of these, which are a hand cranked version, and they'll only cost you sort of $40 to $80 maximum. Okay, so we're just going to mince all this off. We're going a coarse grind. I've got an apple. We're going to peel that, and I like to play a game when I'm peeling fruit like this. Try and make the longest possible fruit peel. Cut those into quarters, just like that. And now we're just going to have to cut the core out. So I just get a small paring knife, cut that core out like that. Make sure it's all good. If I've missed a bit, just give that a quick trim, like that. And all we're going to do is cut these into nice little chunks and put that in with that ground pork. As you can see, that bowl is only half filled with the pork mince, and I've got some beautiful fresh sage and chives. I'm just going to use some scissors to cut those up like that. A little bit easier, a little bit safer than trying to use a knife. Once again, in someone that has my condition where everything is unpredictable. I've got some beautiful feta cheese. We buy this in bulk, especially in summer, because we like to use the feta in a lot of salads. But at the moment we're in winter and we're still going to use that feta up. It's a beautiful, nice crumbly feta, this one as well. I'm just going to give those a bit of a slice like that. Put what you don't need back into that brine, and all we're simply going to do is grab our feta, and I was going to cut it, but there's no point because it was so crumbly, this particular batch of feta that we bought, that all we need to do is crumble that feta into our sausage mix. And if you haven't tried playing and cooking with feta before, well, you don't know what you're missing, because it is so much fun. It's got so much flavour. We don't need to salt the meat because the feta is quite salty. We just crumble that feta straight into our mince and our herbs and apple, and look how easy that is just falling apart. Oh, yum. Give it a good dose of some black pepper, freshly ground of course, and I always use freshly ground black pepper. A little bit of white pepper just for a little bit of heat, like that. Yum. Okay, all we need to do is give that a quick mix straight like that, and before we put it through the mixer and make our sausages proper. Okay, so mix that through, let it sit for a little bit, those flavours will incorporate. We've still got our coarse grind on. We're going to put this straight through. Actually no, we've put our medium dye on, and we're just going to push that straight in like that. Just be careful, the apple will take a little bit of extra effort to get through the mincer, and you will end up with a little bit more of a more viscous type mince, for a better word. And if you want to add a little bit of breadcrumb, you can do, and that'll help dry things up. But I like these the way they turned out. So push those all the way through. We've got all that ground. We've got our sausage casing on using a collagen casing. Tied the end in a knot and double secured it with a piece of string. And all we need to do is give that a little bit of a prick with a needle, which we haven't actually shown you yet. But that's going to let a little bit of extra air out. Now, get someone to help you with this. It's a two-man operation or two-person operation. One putting the mixture into the mixer, the sausage maker, the grinder, and one to control how the meat is being controlled coming out. So just be very nice and careful. We're going to make these around about that 6 to 8 inch long type measurement. Just push through, and if you feel like you need a little bit of extra casing, just pull that casing off that sausage stuffer tube. I'm going to give that a little bit of twist like that, and we'll continue on until they are all done. It's not rocket science, it just takes a little bit of time to do, and just be nice, slow, careful, it'll all work out fine. And before you know it, you've got yourself a nice little string of sausages just like that, and cook your sausages the way you want to. Just putting these on a little hot plate, put them on the barbecue, put them over a grill, bake them, put them in with a sauce. I'll leave that recipe idea up to you. I'm just giving you the basics of the flavour. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, hit that like button, gives me confidence. It should make you feel warm and fuzzy too. Please share this video with all your friends on all platforms and social media. We're trying to get the name of KP's Kingdom out there. But if you want to learn how to make good, fresh, healthy food, just like that, just like this, well, you need to come and join the family, my family. Hit that subscribe button and you'll never miss another one of my videos again. Alright, I'm off to cook these little guys, and then of course consume them, and I will catch you next time.